You are listening to the Love Gurus podcast. We are live once again to take ridiculous dating questions from you guys, the listeners, right about now. And people on Reddit.
You think your love life is going kind of bad?
Only in August.
Yeah, especially then.
If you find out your girlfriend accidentally banged your dad.
Seems inappropriate.
Yeah, but he is always horniest in August.
Romance maybe
Yeah.
ain't the norm. If you find out your fiance has been slipping it to your mom.
Yeah, but what was the security deposit that we
Just
paid for the
ask
venue?
Love
Seems, you know,
Worth
should
it.
What to do. Listen to the Love Guru.
My mom also horny in
Or
August.
your life is
I was
free.
conceived in August. I was a real August baby.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, blessing and a curse that month.
Does everyone know where they were conceived?
Ooh.
Not only do I know where I was conceived, I know the make and the model of the pickup truck. We are the Love Gurus podcast. We are live. Thank you to everybody listening. Sorry we're a few minutes late. We are usually live at every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. But right now it's a few minutes after. Not the latest we've ever done. But yeah, I'm excited. We're going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit. But first, I'm going to introduce our two amazing guests. First up, he is a first-time guest on the podcast, a hilarious stand-up comic, Mr. Jon Schuta. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, man. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on social media at Jon, Jon_Schuta, SCHUTA.
Nice. Look him up, people. He's hilarious. See him live. Like and subscribe, all this stuff. And like and subscribe this podcast, too, as well, while you're at it. I always forget to mention that up top. But very important. That's how we pay the bills around here. That's how we're going to be able to tour and do this live to you guys, you know. And by pay bills, I mean buy a bit of wine and drink it, you know.
Un poquito vino, por favor.
Absolutely. That was Spanish for I'm going to get drunk as fuck, bro. Yeah. But right now, before I get drunk as fuck, I am going to introduce our second guest, another first-time guest, another hilarious stand-up comic, Miss Yoshiko Watson. Thank you for being on the show.
Woo! I'm giving myself my Thank you. I'm
Absolutely.
excited to be here.
Yeah, tell them where they can find you.
I think if you Google Yoshiko Watson, I'm sort of the only one. There's one in Singapore, but she's not a comedian, so I'm the other.
The first dick joke she tells, it's Highlander
Yeah.
style, cutting her head off. There can be only one.
The other Yoshiko is like a food stall worker. So you are, you know, again, the epitome of your namesake.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Boom. Got it. But, yeah, we're going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit. Suzanne, what wine do we have this evening?
Ooh, this one, it was
Creos.
specifically chosen from the cool case in the liquor store.
Oh, fuck yeah. I like the cold
Exclusive.
spot with the white
Yes.
wine. Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that the liquor store that I frequent pushes the wines that aren't that good and puts them into the cold storage so that they can get rid of them faster.
See, that's a good
I don't
trick.
think that happened with this one at all. I think
No.
it is a very prestige select.
Yeah, this one's prestigious as fuck, dude.
Prestige.
Yeah.
I once bought
At
a white wine because
$11.
it was cold and $13. So,
Yeah.
It's, well, sir, you have rung my bell.
Yeah.
If I were
Absolutely.
to give it a turn.
You've definitely rung mine because the second wine that I've got that's in the fridge right now, Castle Garcia, that one I bought because it was cold and $9.
there we
So,
go. Oh, man.
you know.
I thought I
Yeah.
was the low number. But
Uh-huh.
wow.
No. I'm limboing. I'm limboing under that one.
Yeah, it's funny because what's now that we've been doing the podcast for so long, there's been so many times that I've been in social situations and they'll say, "Oh, Suzanne, have you had this wine?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have, and I know you spent $9 on it." But
Don't lie.
I'm not going to out them in a social situation
Yeah.
that they're cheap fucks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm polite.
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, but it's a lovely Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
Very light on the tannins. You know, a nice citrusy feeling."
Real fucking Tannenbaum, this wine. Yeah, we're like single-digit sommeliers.
Yeah, and then
We've had all of it.
later on in the evening, I see them mouth to me.
And then you mouth back, "You owe me. You owe me. I know.
It's how I have my current job.
Yeah.
So okay. But this
It's
one
like that
again.
movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Know What You Did at the Wine Store.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But let's hear from our somewhat sort of sponsors. People, do you want a delicious Argentinian wine, a Torrentes. Then you can't do better than Crios. I founded Crios. Ooh, the guy who founded it wrote on the bottle. That's fucking cool.
Wow.
Normally they hire some intern to do this bullshit, I assume.
A
you know?
literary genius.
Yeah, this guy's smart as fuck, bro. I founded Crios as a tribute to my children, Jose and Anna. Together we craft wines to be enjoyed across generations and to represent values we strive to instill in our own families. Crios Torrentes reminds us to break the rules. What the fuck? Wait, this is Argentina? This better not have been founded in the 40s. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
That's Argentina.
Jose and Anna might be severe alcoholics.
Yeah,
by
yeah.
now.
Their
Yeah.
real last name is Gutenberg. I think, yeah. Dude,
Because the Germans that went to got it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I think this may, you know, I don't think this wine is on the right side of history, but we'll find out. I'll read the rest of the label.
The danger makes it delicious.
Yeah. Crios Torrentes reminds us to break the rules, that tinkering with assumptions can lead to rewards like seeing a common blending grape become Argentina's star white wine. Crios Torrentes is sourced from the highest Andinia vineyards, both in elevation, average 5,600 feet. Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
Anything under 55 hundo is bullshit. That's what I say.
Sure. I love an Andes
Yeah,
wine.
screw
Yeah.
the Adirondack.
Yeah. The hell with that. I piss downhill. You know what I'm saying? I piss downhill when I'm throwing grapes. It is crisp, refreshing, and aromatic with a bouquet of citrus fruit, passion fruit, leche, and white flowers. No, that's lychee. You dumb fuck reading this. Lively acidity and a hint of creaminess with a long mineral finish. Add depth and balance to the palate. Crios Torrentes wine. All the allegations you've heard from the 40s are bullshit about our family. Crios, get you some. Now let's hear our first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. My friends with benefit is accusing me of treating her like a placeholder. I'm 24 and my roommate is 26. We started sharing accommodation about 4 years ago. I was attending university and working towards my degree, which was going to lead to a highly remunerated profession shortly after graduation. I was trying to keep my loans down but I was focused primarily on study, so I didn't work much. She was/is working full-time, and over the years she paid more towards the household maintenance. I never asked her to, but I really appreciated it, and I did more housework to help lighten the load. We started having casual relationships about 3 years ago. She's not physically my type. She's plain and a bit overweight, but she's a great girl. We both enjoyed our...
Plain and a bit overweight. Wow. Like a 50s country song. I fucking love it.
We both enjoyed our physical time together. I recently graduated and have started a very high wage, which is based on my niche skill that I worked so hard to acquire. I went to a work function and met a gorgeous girl. She's sexy and smart and works closely in my field. I got her number and I was arranging to meet up with her a few days later when my roommate came into the room and asked me what the hell was I doing. I ended the call and asked her what the hell she was doing. And then she told me that we were a couple.
Oh.
I blinked because she said that because I thought that we were friends with benefit, but she started saying that she supported my broke ass through college. And now that I was earning 6 figures, I was off to find a better girlfriend. I don't think I'm clueless, but this completely blindsided me. We have separate bedrooms. I've never introduced her as my girlfriend to anyone. I never thought we were a couple. It was kind of an arrangement for both of us. But
Bro, I mean, all we're doing is living together and fucking every day. Why does she think we're a couple?
Yeah.
But it's time for me to move on, and the friends with benefit was never permanent. A few of my male friends agree with me, saying that I am a good-looking dude, and she is out of her league.
Yeah.
My
Plain and overweight. You heard him, lady.
My female friends say that I assumed we are a couple, and that on the down low, and that I'm a douchebag for using her. I think that she and I both made mistakes and assumptions, but I did pull my weight with the housework. I never once said that we were a couple.
I took out the trash.
And she didn't either.
You gotta fuck me now. I took out the trash. We can swear on this, right?
I was gonna move out
I've done
shortly
so many
in
dishes,
any.
though.
I was gonna move out shortly in any case, and I have a good cushion behind me, but I don't want to end our friendship on a bad note. I started paying half the rent immediately when I got my first paycheck. And
Dude,
have
this
been
guy,
doing
I
still
fucking love him.
I love celebrating doing the bare minimum, like
How-
paying your half of the rent.
20s
How-
Jake always wished he could get away with doing this. I looked way too much like Steve Buscemi to pull it off.
How should I proceed? So, to give a quick recap, this guy, he's 24. He lives with this woman who's 26, and they have been friends with quote unquote friends with benefits. His words, not mine, for the last 3 years. He's in school, getting his degree, and she is paying more than her share of the rent. He thinks that he can, do the dishes, take out the trash.
He
that
sweeps.
that makes up for $400 a month.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I mean, I know that like technically we're married by common law at this point, but that's like the man imposing his will on us.
So now that he has graduated, he found someone that he's attracted to, and is quote unquote blindsided by the fact that she is upset that she feels like she was a friends with benefit. I mean, sorry, but
Yeah.
this guy is a fucking douchebag. Like,
He's a bit of a dick.
Are you? How could you possibly think? Okay, that her again. Honestly, in my opinion, regardless of the sex part, she is paying for you. She is paying for you. That is a relationship. And now you're just like, okay, actually I'm out. Like, if it were a platonic relationship, there would have been a tab. She would have said, listen, I get it that you're working through school. This is the tab that we're working on. And then when you graduate and make this like awesome salary that you're saying you make, you owe me $16,000 or whatever. And you pay that money.
Yeah.
But the fact that you didn't do it and the fact that you're exploiting her, you're a douchebag. I'm sorry, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, until you pay your tab. You're my clitoris waxing, floor waxing, dish doing manservant. I mean, that's fair, right?
Yeah.
That's the deal.
Yeah.
But I'd say that to women too, who are like, I mean, just because that guy makes all the money and pays all the rent, he thinks he makes all the decisions in the relationship. Yeah, like, what do you? Yeah, that's the way that goes. Like, what do you? You got to fucking actually work at some point if you want to make the decisions of the relationship. Like,
I think they both sound like idiots, and there's a severe lack of communication going on
she
both
should
ends.
have put her foot down a long time ago with this
Well,
fucking
but
guy.
okay, so here's a question though, because he is sort of purporting this idea that, oh, it's very clear as friends with benefits. I don't think that was ever clearly communicated.
No. I don't know if I've never heard in the history of Friends or Benefits, friends with benefits that live together for 3 years in a common law marriage. That's fucking wild, dude. That's wild.
That's
Yeah,
a relationship, bruh.
Sorry.
In Kansas,
she was playing the long game and she won. I don't know what to tell you.
In Kansas, she's due alimony. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah. It's you have common law children with her at this point.
So his question is, listen, like, is this relationship salvageable? You know, he's sort of again saying that, oh, I was blindsided. I really like her. I want to still be friends with her.
I don't think he wants to, though. He doesn't care about her. He
You
just
think
wants
so?
to not pay.
Yeah, fuck no. He just called her plain and fat to
Yeah.
us, the love gurus.
I just
Yeah.
don't
That,
wanna,
you know,
yeah.
you don't say that about people you love.
Well,
I mean, I've only said that about my, you know.
I said it about my brother a couple times.
Right.
But I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
him. I love my brother. But I
I've only
also
said
would
that
not
about
have
my
sex
wife
with
in
him.
jest. It was in jest. I never said it on a podcast.
This
But
guy's just
so-
trying to upgrade. He's
Yeah.
just trying to get a bigger apartment, a bigger car,
So
a
you-
bigger girlfriend.
You,
Okay.
you think he's
Bigger,
negotiating
bigger.
hard on this whole rent thing? he's just bringing home women to try to get rent knocked off for himself.
So Yoshiko, you think that he's saying this because he has absolutely no intentions of having a relationship with her, and that he's essentially using Reddit as the receipts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just like, listen, Reddit said I don't have to be friends with you anymore.
Right.
Reddit is my official lawyer. I'm not in the wrong because of, like, username, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my little digital Maury. And he
Yeah.
says I'm never the father. I don't care if that fucking little thing looks like me.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, like, if I put myself into the woman's position, I would be mad at myself for two reasons. One, yes, that I had sex with him. Two, that I didn't, like, that I wasn't honest by saying, oh, this is a relationship, and making an awkward thing of, like, but also, again, this guy, in my opinion, he seems like he's so oblivious. Like, he probably went to her sister's wedding, you know, and was like, oh, it's just, we're just friends.
He knows the family.
Yeah. He knows the family. And that's why he's like, oh, I don't want to cut ties with you. I'm so close with your Aunt Teresa. It's like, fuck off. Like,
Right. This guy
you're
sucks.
a terrible person.
Oh, real quick, let me introduce. I forgot to introduce our awesome producer. Producer Amy is running the cameras tonight over there, crushing it. Say hi to the people, Amy.
Okay, hold on. Hello. Wait, I gotta get in the camera. My belly's big enough. Wait, hold on.
There she is. There she is.
It's like poking out.
On
Hello.
Sunday, we tried to walk a city block with Amy. It took us 27 minutes.
Long time. She's walking for two.
It
you know.
was the cutest. Yeah.
I wobble now.
Yeah, a walk for two is very much a side to side shuffle.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess let's just move on to final advice, because I feel like we're all on the same page. My final advice is, listen, sir, you're a douchebag, and you did use this woman. So the only way that you can have a clear conscience at night and sleep well is to ask her, how much money do you owe her, pay her back, and then move out. But if you just move out and are like, oh, well, I thought I took out the trash. No. That's not enough. You need to pay her cash money because you are a douchebag. And then maybe you can move on. And then fuck whoever you want. And also the fact that you're like, I make 6 figures now. I'm so cool. You're not going to land
He's like
good.
such a douche, though. I'm kind of proud of him in a weird way, right?
What?
He's done so many shitty things that he's almost like an anti-hero to me at this point. I want him to keep going.
He's a real
I want him
Saul
to steal
Goodman.
people's retirements. I want him to drain their 401ks and then only get like a plea bargain of 6 months in some minimum security prison and then fucking get out and do it again. He's like the Firefest guy. I kind of want to party
Yes.
with him.
But
Yes.
all my friends tell me I'm good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. all my male friends told me I was good looking. All my female friends told me I was a douchebag. It's like, wow, you know.
Their exact quote was, "You're so money. You're so money, and you don't even know it."
Yeah, it's like so gross. Okay, what is? Do you guys have any final advice for this person before we move on to the next question?
I'm just surprised that neither of them were like, so what are we? I feel like I asked that question
Really?
very
Yeah.
early on.
Really?
I feel like if I make
Good
eye contact with someone too
question.
long, I'm like, so what, are we dating now?
Yeah.
So I think my advice is both of you, ask an awkward question, and then you'll get an honest answer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, there's no smart person in this question. Many times on Reddit, it's like kind of too dumb or fucked up people involved. Because the thing is like usually the friends with benefits situations are, generally speaking, not every man is the same, not every woman is the same, but generally speaking, the men are much cooler with the no commitments, what the fuck ever, for a longer period of time. And you got to realize, like, no matter how...
That's so crazy, because I've absolutely never heard that before.
Really? Well, you never asked me about it. I would have told
Just
you.
kidding. Men are always like that.
Yep,
Learning
yep,
a
yep.
lot.
We
on Love
hate
Guru.
you.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you got to kind of realize, like, they're going to try to... It's sort of like the female version of the... Well, yeah, we're just friends. It's the weird friend zone thing. Like, the female friend zone is the lady who's sleeping with the guy going, oh, yeah, I'm cool with not having a commitment. You can sleep with whoever
Yeah.
you want. I don't care. And then eventually she's like, why? And she's cutting herself on your bed and boiling your rabbits. And she's like, I wanted all the commitment. Ah! And, like, eventually... It's
Is that
sort of,
what women sound like to you?
they are once I'm done with them. They're raspy and everything, just like
Sorry.
me. This throat thing is contagious.
Just
It's
to be
fucking
clear,
wild.
this story came through one of the rabbits who wasn't boiled, so it might not be,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Might not be
Now his
an
voice
exact
is-
representation. That's how the survivor rabbit remembers it.
That's true.
Not-
Yeah. Now he's all raspy too. He chain smokes. He's like, oh my god, my cousin Fluffy. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. I tried telling him. I said, listen, you're in You're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't care if says she's cool
yeah.
with it. She ain't cool with it. You gotta stop bringing them hooers around her. She's gonna boil me. She's gonna fucking boil me. She's gonna boil me and my cousin.
Yeah, no rabbits may have been boiled, but that's what rabbits assume when the other one leaves, for a long period of time. It's like, I guess my brother got boiled. I guess I better be a better rabbit.
Every time I hear the shriek of a shrill, angry woman outside, I have PTSD, and I think, is this another lady? He's angered. Is she coming for me now?
Yeah. Okay. So that being said, sorry.
All right. My final advice. And again, if I put myself in the woman's position, well, first off, it would have to be missionary or doggy, because she's too heavy for cowgirl, according to this question. But,
Whoa, not okay. Not okay. Not okay to say.
I'm high-fiving this guy. He's an anti-hero. I'm high-fiving the guy doing the question. But no, sir, yeah, you're going to have to, since you're the one asking the question, I mean, I guess you're making six figures, so only date other sociopaths, because I don't want you hooking up with a nice lady and ruining her life. I want you only dating gold-digging whores, and you should probably get away from her, because she sounds like a nice lady, and any nice, reasonable woman is plotting to kill you and boil your bunnies right now, sir. So, I mean, that's what's going on right now. She's going to come home and be like, no, I'm fine. It's all right. No, I'm not mad at all. Just go sleep. Just go sleep. And like, she's going to murder you. You got to get the fuck out of there, dude. She's sharpening her knives right now. So just leave.
Okay. Do you guys have any other final advice? Also, okay.
Just apologize if you can figure out how to do that really sincerely. This is just very serious. Like,
Yeah.
if you want your money, like, apologize and mean it. And it'll work wonders with women, I think,
Yeah. So you're saying that he should just straight up apologize and not offer the money, or
he should morally he should offer the money, but like in a like Machiavellian way.
He's
like,
so far gone that it's like,
morally,
really let's get something for the debt that he's
Yeah, I
that
mean,
he owes.
morally, this guy's been living with a woman who he's clearly been dating for 3 years, and she's been his sugar mama, and he's calling her like ugly and fat and shit, and like, why do I got to pay half the rent?
Yeah.
Like, it
So-
doesn't really.
But this is the last question I want to ask in regards to this question is, how long is a friends with benefits relationship acceptable?
Well, that's obviously going to be a case-by-case basis.
But I guess that's my
Yeah.
question. Like, I guess it maybe is a personal preference, but is it
months?
Yeah,
How
we're
many?
talking.
Or like you have to live in different cities, and it can span like years.
Well, that's different. If
Okay.
it's a long-distance
Months?
relationship, then it's like it's
not the same
not-
apartment.
right.
Yes.
For
Same
me-
apartment is about
for
2
me-
weeks. Same
Proximity
apartment
makes
is
it
2
not
weeks.
a friend
Yeah.
with benefits. It makes it a lived
Yeah.
Within the
partner.
first day.
Yeah.
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 I
No,
think
for me, it's actually just one time. Okay, I'll do it one time. After that, we're together.
Yeah. We're friends with benefits once, and after the second time, if you look at another woman, your buddy's gonna die.
Yeah.
Your rabbit's gonna
But you
die
know
tonight,
what? But
Frank.
you know what? I know that about myself, and I'm not ashamed of
Yeah.
it. Okay, like I'm not doing it.
Benefit is you just got a girlfriend, dude.
Oh, comment in the chats from producer Amy. You must verbally speak the rules and then sign the contract in blood. Joanne on YouTube says until the spouse finds out.
Fair enough.
Until their spouse finds out.
All right. Amazing.
Kind of quiet in the chats tonight. If you guys are watching and listening out there, give us your
Chat
your
it
comments.
up.
Chat us up. Absolutely.
Well, I think we answered that. Let's move on to the next question.
Absolutely. Next question on the Love Gurus Podcast. If you guys got any questions to write on the Love Gurus Podcast at yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Give us your comments in the chat. We'll read them here on the show. But for now, we're going to take another one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. My sister had sex with my ex and doesn't feel bad.
Holy fuck.
I'm 23 and I was dating a man who was a year older for 2 years before I broke up with him and started dating someone else. About 2 months ago, we broke up, and it comes out that my older sister, who's 30, and my ex hooked up when he came to visit my family this past week.
It was an older sister?
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
My sister's a tattoo artist and has done 7 of my tattoos.
That was the guy writing the last question. Speaking. John, did you get her to also pay your rent, bro?
That was my impression of a scumbag.
My sister is my tattoo artist and has done 7 of my tattoos and has been really supportive since the breakup, since the rest of my family seemed to almost like my ex-boyfriend more than me. That's at least how I felt. So when my sister reached out with love and support, I felt so much better. Then to find out that it was all a lie and she was talking crap behind my back and buying my ex video games and then getting a hotel together. The part that I'm having trouble with is mainly that we had a family meeting tonight and she doesn't regret her actions at all. She said that she refuses to feel bad about her choices about her body and that she would do it again.
It's my body, my choice.
Defense.
Not just with the Roe v. Wade thing, with your boyfriend, with mom's boyfriend, with the guy that grandma's seeing in the old folks' home. My body, my choice. Everybody's body, my choice, actually.
I don't want to cut her out of my life because she lives with my mom and my other siblings in her house, so cutting her out means cutting out the rest of my family a decent amount. How can I move past this with her? So, I don't think this needs much of a synopsis, but yeah, so the woman writing the question, she's 23, she has an older sister who's 30. The older sister fucked her ex. What? Okay.
Man, yeah.
But so it sounds like, so the person writing the question, she's only been broken up with her boyfriend for 2 months, and the sister slept with him within the last week. So 7 weeks after they broke up, the sister had sex with the boyfriend, and it was all like, ain't no shame in my game. To the point they called a family meeting, and she still sat in the family meeting and said, ain't no shame in my game, my body, my choice.
I love that legal defense. I think that argument is awesome. I don't know. It works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's not another golf cart on the fairway, I'm going to put on, man.
Yeah. I feel like I'm really not equipped to answer this question. And the reason why is because I don't have sisters. I only have brothers. I do have a gay brother. But if one of my exes slept with my gay brother, I would 100% be not mad about it at all. It's like, oh yeah, you just.
But after only 2 months?
Yeah, he wanted to sleep with a guy. Awesome, sounds great. I don't care. Like, why would I care about that?
Maybe he's always kind of wanted to sleep with a guy. But he's
But
like, I need to
again-
wean myself on to dudes. I'm going to get one that kind of looks like a lady I used to hook up with. That's my plan. It's
me-
like a
That's a good
smoker's
strategy,
patch.
too.
No,
Yeah.
to me it's a comparison thing. Like if I had a sister that looked similar to me, like if I were sort of like the straight Mormonish looking sister, and then I had this tattoo artist sister,
Right.
that's like the Kat Von D version of me, and my ex fucked her. It's like, oh well, he likes that version of me better. But despite the fact that my brother and I are essentially twins.
Sure.
Like if one of my exes wanted to fuck him, it's like, yeah, you just want to fuck a guy. Like it's fine. I don't care. You like this version, but I don't have the right parts. It's no harm, no foul.
Yeah. Oh, Joel on YouTube says, it was her ex. Get over it. A few years ago, I slept with my ex-girlfriend's mother.
Wow.
My only regret was that I couldn't bring the family closer together. Hubba, hubba, hubba. Yes, Joel, we missed you. I'm glad you're here.
I sometimes question, like, the authenticity of some of these stories. Like, I hooked up with my girlfriend's mom. Like, does that really happen?
I mean, normally, no. Normally, I think they're lies, except for when Joel says it. I think he's
Yeah.
fucking telling the truth. Every time.
Yeah. I agree with what Jake says. I think Joel's been there, done that.
Because
we've
he'll-
known him long enough.
Yeah,
right.
like he'll give those stories, but then they'll have weird, obscure, bizarre details. Like it'll be like up against a vending machine off Route 607, and it's like, oh wow, this happened. Like he's got it marked on a calendar.
It was in the above ground pool by Coleman.
I had a former boss. Well, I used to be a pool boy, which is an exciting career choice.
Whoa.
And my
Nice.
boss was like, yeah, I fixed this one pool, and then the daughter came out in a bikini, and we started making out, and then the mom came out in a bikini. And I'm like, I don't think this is real. I think this is
Yeah.
like a 14-year-old's
A lot of people
Yeah.
make
Sort
shit
of
like
wet
that
dream.
up.
That actually just sounds like ploy to get you to work in that job longer.
Yeah.
Like it's a terrible job, and you're like, God, this really sucks ass. And he's like, well, one time the mom and the daughter came out in bikinis. Maybe that'll happen for you.
Yeah.
And the next week, you're like scrubbing pools. Come on, mom and dad.
It's the pool cleaner's version of a pyramid scheme. He's up there giving speeches at like pool cleaners convention. Like, listen, y'all, I know you think that minimum wage in Kentucky after 5 years on the job is not great. But listen, it's a pool is half full kind of problem, because let me tell you what I did a few summers ago. There was his mom and there was a daughter.
And they were both hot.
Yeah. So how long?
No, he's kind of making it realistic. One of them was like a 6. the other one like a 7, man. And shit, if she'd have been 20 years younger, probably like an 8 or a 9.
So has anyone ever had a situation where your sibling was too close for comfort and or dated an ex?
Oh, first, before we get to that question, Joel on YouTube says, I can't believe you remember my Coke machine escapade outside of Nashville, Jake. LOL, by the way, it was just off of I-65 North. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like this shit happened.
Right.
Like, I believe it. I used to think that at first, but then he'd tell the stories again with more details, and it's too specific. I'm like, yeah. Unless he's Kevin Spacey in the movie The Usual Suspects.
Oh,
like,
I
he's
thought you were
not
going to
making
say
up
Kevin
details.
Spacey in a golf course.
Kevin Spacey
bad.
anywhere. You
In the-
can't trust him.
Yeah,
In the
that's true.
restaurants,
Real
bad.
life Kevin Spacey, I guess, is way more shady than the character in that movie. That guy just wanted to steal money. That real Kevin Spacey is stealing childhoods, man. Like, you know.
But so back to my question though: Have any of us been in a situation where you feel like an ex or a partner have been too close to one of your siblings?
No. I mean, I just have the one brother, so it's not
So
one straight
that's
brother.
easy. Yeah.
But regardless, I feel like it's just gross. Not even the you betrayed me sense, but like you just don't want to think about your family member in any like
Yeah.
zone of your sex life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's pretty
no one
weird.
in my family has ever had sex. That is
Yeah.
headcanon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never had a brother hook up with an ex, or I've never hooked up with my brother's exes. You know, maybe it's because none of us are tattoo artists.
So
I think
okay.
we're all-
Yeah.
So that being said, then second question: When was the last time you had a family meeting? Because I can tell the last
Sure.
time I had a family meeting, I was 7, and my brother Mike messed with the thermostat. What?
Nice.
And my mom gathered us around the thermostat and was like, which one of you touched this? And my brother Mike had to admit to it that he was a fucking dirty liar. You know? And me and Joe were like, yeah, Mike, you're a fucking dirty liar, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They
That
then
was
held
also
him
had a
up
third
against the
family
furnace.
meeting.
Like, it was a strict family. They tied him there. It burned his back.
So, but I guess
Strict Christian household,
I
yeah.
guess my point is, I think it's weird to quote unquote have a family meeting. Are you not all adults? Like, what are you
it seems
talking
like a kid
about?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good thing about coming from a broken family. I don't have to do any of that fucking bullshit. I didn't have to when I was a kid. I damn sure don't have to do it now.
Sorry, preface to this question: how many of us identify as having families?
Yeah, if one of them said family meeting to me, I'd be like, what do you mean family? Fuck off. I'm not going anywhere. No.
So it's very weird. Like it almost seems like the person writing the question is sort of like, her development, like she has like arrested development in the sense that like she's like, oh, family meeting, let me like obey what my dad says. Where her
Right.
sister has branched out of that and is like, listen, I'll fuck who I want. I'm not saying it's great, but it's almost like, her sister has matured and she hasn't, and she's sort of like that, like daddy's little girl almost still.
Sure.
So.
Oh, Joanne on YouTube says, Suzanne, that doesn't count. Gay brothers don't count. Everyone knows gay brothers are cooler and more rational than older sisters.
Yeah.
Right, Amy?
100%. I think my gay brother is, all of those things. So, kudos to him.
Yeah, I think Suzanne's gay brother is smart enough that if he slept with her ex, she would never find out about it. I think he would be tricky and just outsmart her. I think there's no way she'd know.
He probably has. You're saying that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm playing the scenario out in my head, and I can't stop smiling.
You're happy for him. You're like,
She'd high five and give him a big old yes, queen.
I think there's a couple of them who would explain so much. Yeah. Okay. So, So again, so going back to this question, so the sister shows absolutely no remorse, and I think that, in my humble opinion, the person writing the question is saying, "Oh, my sister's a tattoo artist," and sort of almost like
creative, a free spirit.
Yeah, like she's saying that in a negative, like drawing in that stereotype of like, oh, people with tattoos are bad, which is bullshit in my humble opinion. It's almost like, again, I think the sister is the hero in this scenario because also she broke up with that guy. She broke up with him, whatever. He seems like a nice guy. The whole family likes him. She had sex with him, and then the person who dumped him is like,
wow,
you shouldn't have done that. It's just like, you are so precious. I just feel like the person writing this question is so precious.
I honestly, I didn't at first because I'm like, oh yeah, if you're sleeping with your sibling's ex, there's like, I mean, every character in a Shakespeare play that did that ended up fucking dead. I mean,
I think the sister did this as a lesson for her little sister,
yes.
so she wouldn't be such a fucking princess anymore.
I kind of like.
She's like, take off that Cinderella wig, grow the fuck up. Like, I fucked your ex. Now move on.
I like the idea of the sister trying to tell her, look, this guy's not good for you. He's a mean drunk. I've heard a lot of rumors at the tattoo shop while I'm going. I tattooed his name on a lower back yesterday. All right. No, there's only one Jethro in our town. There is only one Jethro.
What if she told her through tattoo, like, I fucked Craig?
Yeah. It's a whole
like,
cryptic thing.
When was that?
She looks at it backwards and it's like red rum in The Shining. Yeah. Oh my God, she fucked Craig.
Yeah. 100%, because to be clear though, like she does say in this question that it felt like the family liked the ex more than her.
That's fucking weird,
so
right?
She's saying that it feels like her family liked him more than her, which again just points to the fact that she just is high maintenance, precious, and it's almost like the parents went to the older sister and were like, we need to shake her up a little bit. Like, we need to shake her up out of this Disney princess phase.
It also
so
maybe
that she
implies that everyone else in the family fucked Craig too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Everyone likes Craig.
Everyone likes
Grandma,
Craig.
Grandpa, Uncle Jerry,
Aunt
Maud.
Everyone got a piece of Craig's D, and it's how
whole lot of
how
Craig
are we
going
gonna
around.
shake, Melanie out of this Disney princess phase unless we all fuck her boyfriend in an orgy and show her the tape.
It was the weirdest day that Dr. Phil ever had. He'd been on Molly all goddamn night, and he just showed up hungover.
The dad.
There's only one solution I can see here. You all need to fuck your daughter's boyfriend. It's the only way to get him out of her life for good. I mean, do you want her going, oh, I think Jethro still loves me? The only way. When you caught her smoking, did you not make her smoke the whole carton?
Yeah.
This is the same thing, only with her boyfriend's cock.
I like the idea. I like the idea that the dad's like sat on the sidelines and he's like, okay. Puts the blindfold on and is like, okay, just go.
Honey, I'm blindfolded. Now make feminine noises in the background and spit on it. I'm doing this for my little girl.
Yeah. Well, we've explored every aspect of this question, if I must say so myself. My final advice for the person writing this question is, okay, your sister she's not apologetic about it, but also, you broke up with him. You seem to be hypersensitive in the fact that your whole family seems fine with it, and you're the one that's like, I'm not saying that you don't have a reason to be hurt, but maybe ask your family, why are you guys okay with this? So that's my final advice. What do you guys have to say?
She has 7 tattoos that the sister did, remember? On her body.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Can't
I
cut
missed
her
that.
out. Yeah,
Oh
so
my
she's
God.
got to adapt those into like
Her skin is just filled with reminders.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Boyfriend was the 8th tattoo, the final mark.
Each one is a cryptic message about how she's going to fuck her boyfriend in the future. And
sister.
she puts them all together like that, like, oh my God, it's a picture of his dick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, it's one of those weird Mad Magazine fold-ins of them fucking. Oh no. Oh no.
When I jump up and down on the trampoline, it looks like they're doing reverse cowgirl. Oh my God.
I'm having fun, but I'm so sad.
Oh man.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I guess my final advice is clearly your sister's a horrible person. I know we were saying about all this stuff about her being an anti-hero. I feel like this episode is filled with anti-heroes. What I think you need to do, because I got a lot of friends back home who are tattoo artists, and they're all a lot of fun, but not. It's not a profession to get in if you plan on being like a billionaire or something. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't tend to be one of those. Like some of them are really, make a good living at it. Like I'm not saying they don't, but it's tough to make 6 figures doing it. You know, I think she needs to find another sociopath that makes 6 figures. Ooh. I think she needs to fuck the guy from the last question.
Yeah.
You need to hook up your older sister with the sociopath guy from last question. Guy from last question, if you're listening, fuck this tattoo artist. As long as she's definitely not plain looking. She's covered in tattoos. She may be heavy, but hey, 2 out of 1 ain't bad, or 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Like whatever the fuck. I'm not good with math, but I'm good with ideas. So go, you guys, and then your kid can maybe one day grow up and found whatever the next Monsanto is, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Well, I think we answered that question. Should we move on, or should we plug our second wine?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Guys, do you want a delicious Vino Verde, but you ain't got double-digit money to be spending on it? Wow. Then you can't do better than the delicious $9 Castle Garcia Vino Verde. Castle Garcia is one of the major ambassadors of Portuguese wine worldwide. A light and crisp wine marked by vibrant color and incredible freshness. Its aroma, splendor, is revealed through soft hints of tropical fruits and citrus aromas. A lively wine that brings you Algeria. Brings you Algeria? A Portuguese word
really
for joy.
Into Africa.
Oh, cool. Yeah. This wine felt the rains down in Africa. It felt the things that never end. I wish I knew the actual words to the Toto song. That would have been way funnier. Happiness and celebration. Share with friends and family and enjoy simple moments of life. The founders of this wine had nothing to do with anything that happened in Germany in the 30s and 40s, unlike Korea. Wow, man, there's
not on there.
Man, there's wine beef.
Made that
Castle
up.
Garcia is having a wine beef with Krios. They're putting it on the bottles. Shot fired, bro. Krios wine. You hear all this smack that Garcia is talking? Castle Garcia is talking, that is. That said, for only $9, it's pretty goddamn good. Castle Garcia Vino Verde. They're not Nazis. Get you some. Now let's take our next question from
That
the
should be
Wild Animal.
everyone's tagline. Hey, we're not Nazis.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I need to find the thing that's stamped organic and the stamp that says not Nazi. I don't see that on this wine. I don't.
That's kind of
I-
what Tiki Torch had to say, like after the Charlotte protest. They were like,
Yeah.
those guys were holding Tiki. And Tiki Torch was like, just to reiterate, we're not Nazis and we're here for like backyard barbecues and stuff.
I once heard of a show that it was titled Jews Welcome, which
Whoa.
Oh no.
I
Is
mean,
it?
they could smell a trap by now, guys. I hate to white supremacists explain white supremacist traps to white supremacists, but that one's not going to work, boys.
I'm just saying, in my humble opinion, not a good marketing tactic. You know,
No.
at the very least. So anyway.
This goes to the last question. Joel on YouTube says, so the sister swallows, but the ex doesn't. Joanna on YouTube says, OMG, Joel, it all makes sense now.
I think the sister or the question asker should fuck an ex-boyfriend of the sister.
I mean, that's
Whoa.
that's Old Testament law, is it not?
Code of Hammurabi, eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what King Solomon made a couple whore sisters do once. She had to fuck the ex of whoever, and you know.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good idea because then maybe, like, you know, she loosens up and it's like, it's one of these things where, you know, like when you have like a thing of silly putty and you flip it like this and it just gets looser and looser. Those are the sisters. Does that metaphor make sense to you?
And the older sister
Why not?
fucks him again in revenge and be like, he's your ex now. And then they just go back and forth.
Yeah.
A throuple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Every time he
And then
breaks
they
up
get like
with
a
one.
really good deal on a mortgage because there's so many people to pay for it.
And those two sisters should fuck my old boss who worked on pools.
Yes. Yes. Above ground pool fucking. Amazing. Okay, well, so we have one more question, then we'll do a quick lightning round.
All right. Let's take our next question from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. My wife sent a spicy photo to someone else. Oh, sorry. My wife sent a spicy photo taken by someone else. My wife is traveling out of the country to visit some of her friends for a month. Her friend is also married, so she's staying with both of them in their apartment. Now, I generally trust my wife, but I woke up to a spicy photo that she sent me that was taken by someone else. No text or anything, just a photo. Her friend also has an OnlyFans account, and her husband is the photographer for that. I've never seen the OnlyFans.
Links or it didn't happen.
OnlyFans account, so I don't know what happened or what kind of content she produces. I just know that she has one. He is a professional photographer and also takes a lot of boudoir, nude, spicy photos for others, so my assumption is that he took this of my wife. Now, as I mentioned before, I do trust my wife to not cheat, but in my opinion, it's a bit weird to be sent a spicy photo with no context.
I hate that he keeps calling it spicy.
Yeah.
Also, I'd be lying if I didn't have suspicions that my wife is being the guest star or something.
Oh.
Also, while I cannot confirm it, it also feels a bit weird that another guy has seen my wife like that and taken photos of her. So, do I thank her for the hot photo, or do I ask her what's going on? What's the best way to navigate this? So to recap this, his wife went to go visit some friends. The female of the relationship has an OnlyFans. The husband's the photographer. His wife sends him a quote-unquote spicy photo.
Oh, spicy!
Caliente!
Spicy! Like habaneros, but
Hot,
clitorises.
too hot.
Yeah, just a lot of hot, flaming hot Cheetos photos. And he is like, well, someone else took this of my wife. Should I, so his questions are a few. One, should I be concerned that someone else saw his wife in this context? Two, is she a guest star on the OnlyFans? Now, that one's an easy answer. Subscribe to the OnlyFans!
Boom! Yeah!
Hello?
Send a link to the Love Gurus podcast.
Congratulate
Send a
on our
screenshot.
guest star role.
Yeah,
As a struggling comedian, I'd love a guest star role on anything.
Yeah. Oh, to be honest, I think that it's a bit... I think it's a great marketing scheme. Let's say that you're a couple, your wife has an OnlyFans, you're trying to get more subscribers. Yeah, send a picture of your naked wife and be like, oh, maybe we put this on our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
The only way is if you like and subscribe.
Make insecure husbands nervous. That's how
Yeah.
you build your market.
That's like the bringer show of OnlyFans. Well, I got to subscribe for a month now. My wife might be on here. Oh, son of a bitch. And it's a 2-drink minimum? No.
Yeah. Here's my honest advice of this question. I think this guy is a total just tool. I think he's not fun. I think he's that guy that you go to the bar and he's the one that's like, actually, like, everyone owes $3.20 for a tip. He is just like so not fun. His wife left him for a month. 1 month to go see her friends. What was that?
That's a long
You
time,
were dating
dude.
someone and
Yeah.
he was like, I'm going to leave you for a month. My partner's going away for like 1 weekend. He's like, but don't worry, I'm going to be back on Tuesday. Like, that's too long. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just like, but for
Yeah.
a partner to comfortably be like, I'm going to go see my friends for a month. Like,
Right.
you guys don't have a hot relationship.
If my wife left for a month to go somewhere, like, I better see pictures, not of her nude, but of someone very close to her in hospice. You know what I'm saying? Like, there better be a fucking reason for this.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I don't think... I think that already is a big red flag. I missed that she was gone for a month. I missed that part.
1 month.
I think, I think that combined with the picture, honestly, that is in some way her trying to connect with him, because I think if it was a sort of like, oh, this guy's taking photos of me and I'm getting in on their OnlyFans, I don't think she'd be sending him pictures at all.
Yeah.
I think it would just be sort of like, hey, love you, you know, like it would just be.
Oh, so you think that she's sending the pictures to, again, keep the spice going in
She
there.
likes spicy. Yeah. Like jalapeno peppers.
Buffalo
spicy.
style.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Little bit chili sauce. Yeah.
Okay. So wait. So let's
Fucking hate how much he said spicy. Oh, I still hate it.
So let's think about this in two aspects. One is your spouse leaves you for a month. What are you thinking? Okay. To the room. Like, okay, so your partner leaves you for a month. Are you okay with it, or are you just like, what the
If
fuck,
it's-
bitch?
I mean, she was visiting friends,
Yeah.
so it's not even like a important career
Right.
thing.
Right.
I would imagine maybe, who knows, maybe her friends are like, it's a really important, they never see each other, and I could get my head around it, but it sounds like she wasn't texting him that much, and this photo came out of like nowhere, which is kind of like,
It's a little weird, right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's more worried about this photo than the more serious red flag of she's going away for a month just to kind of have fun without him.
Yeah.
That's what this seems like to me. I would be weird about that. And in terms of me getting the photo that was clearly taken by somebody else, if my wife sent me one and it was like some friend of hers who's like a woman who took it, I wouldn't really give a shit, and I would assume that's what it was. And I'd be like, oh, that's super hot. By the way, just to make sure, you know, like that
Yeah,
was, hey,
yeah.
that was your friend Christy who took this, not her husband Dave,
So,
right? Like,
no,
you know,
Oh, yeah, but I think that is a clear distinction. I think that, the husband is a professional photographer. So, okay, so that part's clear. I think that what gums him up is the fact that his wife has an OnlyFans, and he doesn't know what the content of the OnlyFans. So, like, let's say that, for example, it's like, oh, okay, it's a professional photographer. He's, we've all
Right.
seen the parts before. It's not like a new thing. Him taking a beautiful picture of his wife, that's fine. But I think his concern mainly is that, is she then like a guest host in the OnlyFans? Which then my question would be, yeah, that's fine as long as how much are we getting from
The level of spice in the photo matters. Is this a Carolina Reaper?
Yes.
Is it that spicy?
How
Or is it
many,
like a bell pepper?
how many Schofield units,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah.
Mr. Spicy.
Where is it on Hot
Yes.
Ones? Where does
Yeah.
it line up?
Well,
I would like if she was, as you say, a host of OnlyFans, but not on it. Like if she just kind of like they're about to fuck, and she just kind of pulls up to my mic. Welcome to Christy and Dave's OnlyFans. How you doing? I'm here for some commentary, and she's
You're in
like,
for a treat tonight, folks.
yeah,
My girlfriend's gonna get plowed by her husband's big cock.
but it is.
she
it
just
is,
Mystery Science Theater 3000 the OnlyFans sex.
But it is a good question, because have you ever been sent like a racy photo of someone that you're dating that wasn't taken by them?
No, every racy photo I've ever received was
Is a
very,
selfie.
very poorly lit and
Yes.
awkward angles, and that's how I know it's authentic.
Yeah.
And that makes me very comfortable.
It's more romantic that way, I feel.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they were willing to do it a whole. Where can I get all the stuff?
Yeah, same. I don't think I've ever seen like a produced dick pic, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
It was always self-inflicted.
Well,
on both of us, really.
every dick pic is produced in the sense that we all know the exact angle on our own dicks to make it look roughly 1.5 to 2 inches
Yeah.
bigger, and every guy knows that
A
trick.
dick pic is not produced; it's achieved.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Great. verbiage.
Jerry rigging, as they say.
Okay. So then back to this question: do you think that this guy has reason to be worried, or do you think that his wife is just trying to be sexy since she's gone for a month to God. Also,
it's perfectly reasonable for him to ask.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
here's also the thing, and I don't mean to be like bougie about this question, but I kind of feel like it depends on how rich her friends are. If they're in like,
They seem rich.
if they're
feel
in
rich.
like Italy
who the fuck
on
goes
the
away for a month?
Amalfi
Yeah.
Coast,
Just to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm gonna go hang out with them for the month, and they took a racy photo of me
Yeah.
without my top on the beach. That's totally fine. If they're in Olathe, Kansas, at the city pool,
Sure.
not the same.
And they're on the what is it? The headed north on the I-68.
Not the same thing.
I
And
need some
I don't
meantime.
mean I don't mean to be bougie about it.
I
but
need
I'm
to go
saying-
spend some time with my friends next to Coke machines off of I-65.
Yeah.
It's just how we relax. It's how we bond.
Yeah.
We were roommates in college next to Coke machines.
Yeah, but actually, like, the more I say this, like, the more I feel like I need to do some inner reflection. And this is going to be a talk for my therapist next week. So.
This is a good question. I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here.
It really is, man.
Layers.
It's
Layers.
yeah.
Just
and
like her bra. Am I right?
Joel on YouTube says, if someone is gone from their relationship for a month, they have a side piece. I know that I would. Yeah, I mean, it's just
Joel's
such a weird
fucking
thing to do.
horny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always so hilarious to me when we get questions on here where they're concerned about one thing, but then we read into the question and there's just something small they kind of throw into the middle of a paragraph, just kind of halfway through the question where I'm like, oh no! What you're worried about is a single piranha. This is Jaws. Like this little thing in here is some donna. Like that's gonna fucking bite the boat in half, dude. And that's gone for a month.
Ah, okay. I
That's
see
the
what you're
gone
saying.
for a
Yeah.
month. He's way more freaked out than he should be about this photo. Now, if a dude took a photo of my wife, yeah, I would be fucking irate, right? But then again, I'm also like, what do you mean you're going away with your friend for a month? Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like it'll already be a thing, right?
Yeah.
But
that's the part to me that's very odd.
yeah,
Yeah.
the going away for a month. And there's ways to where you can seem kind of like, oh yeah, and into the photo, but then hey, just make it sure, like it was, it was not the dude who took the picture, right?
Yeah.
It's because some people just.
Would it be better if it was the friend who took the photo
Oh,
as
fuck yeah,
opposed to the
dude.
husband?
by
Yeah.
by about 1,000,000,000,000%.
I think so too.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Trillion, I say.
But he's
Yeah, I guess so. But the reason why I'm thinking about this, again, because he's a professional photographer. So it's like he's seen the thing. Like he's probably, taken the pictures, et cetera, et cetera. And
Yeah,
that's
and
why
if there's one thing I know
that's-
from watching porn, it's that professional photographers never fuck other people's girlfriends and shit. That's yeah.
They never take a turn at
they-
the end of the session.
That never happens.
It
They have a
eventually
strict
turns
code.
into
They're
work.
like priests. They're like priests or like imams or something like that. It's a very strict code that they take once they get a camera where it's like, I know that everybody can do this on your phone, but you are special and you must take an oath not to fuck other people's spouses.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. So my final advice for this person is, you should be concerned, and how you navigate this is, first question is ask yourself why your wife is so willing to leave you for a month. And then the second question is, who's taking the photo? What's your intention? Ask those questions. And if the answer is, then maybe you should get on a flight to the Amalfi Coast and enjoy it. Or to Olathe, Kansas. Who
Again,
knows?
yeah, she's not on a fucking road tour right now. She's just hanging out with her friends and an OnlyFans account. Like that shit. That was your red flag, dude.
She's next door.
Yeah, she's down the street in a fucking trailer right now on OnlyFans. Like I don't know what to tell you.
That's how
About.
fun
I don't know
you
what to
are.
tell you.
That's
Yeah,
how
you suck.
fun you are.
She's got a Zoom backdrop of a fucking Boca Raton, and he's
having so
too
much fun here.
stupid to realize that it's all. It's weird that it's pixelated right around her head. Like
Weird that
it's
her arm
isn't it
keeps
now?
disappearing.
Yeah.
I think my final advice is I think he should go down to the mall, his local shopping mall.
Ooh, love it.
And go to like one of those photography places with those sky blue backdrops.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he should get professionally done nudes.
Yeah.
And he should have like a little hat for his guy down
Yes.
there. Like a
Yeah.
bow tie or something. Yeah.
Oh my
And-
gosh.
And send
And
those.
make sure a woman takes the photos.
Yeah, a woman.
Yeah.
And also, I
Bear
like,
skin rug, dude. bearskin rug. Yeah.
You're making me feel like such a dick for sort of like degrading all of the professionals at Walmart and Kmart that have been taking my family photos for years. How dare I don't consider them professionals?
They're professionals.
Yeah.
They are professional photographers.
It was
That'd be
actually
a well-lit ding-dong. That's
yes,
all I'm saying.
yes.
It was
Oh,
actually a
I'm such a
Walmart
dick.
photographer. It was an hour photo photographer at Walmart that taught me the correct angle on my dick to make it a couple inches bigger. As I'm like,
Heroes.
yeah, I was like, and they're only giving you minimum wage after 5 years. Are you kidding me? You're a
What?
miracle worker.
Yeah.
But sometimes Jake's dad comes out.
I conceived you in a 1 hour photo mat. It's not what she taught me. She put the camera down as soon as I walked in.
All right. We answered that question. Let's do one more.
But first, producer Amy said, I am the first to admit that I am a very jealous wife, but I do think she was being innocent with this. I think so, too. It was like I was saying, if she was really cheating or going on their OnlyFans, I think, look, I said this before. If she was, I'm trying to put myself in her position. And again, this time I can do cowgirl because she's not as fat as the last one, you know?
Still not okay to say. Still not okay to say.
But still makes me
I think
happy.
we're focusing too much on the weight and not enough on that. She was plain.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Especially
She was just
He's gotta
2022.
be like British.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey, gross
okay,
with fucked
but
up
to be
teeth like
fair-
mine. That's
But
disgusting.
to be fair,
dude.
that is honestly like the best point I think is that I would never like body shame another woman, but like if there was a woman who had like a rockin' body, but she was just so boring.
Yeah.
I would rather hang out with someone who had any different body type than the perfect body type. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, sorry. If I was a lesbian, if I wanted to like have sex with them, you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If I was a lesbian, I wouldn't sleep with the butterface. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that right now, man. You know?
Yeah.
I would have crazy high standards as a lesbian. Because, dude, I feel like this face on a lesbian body, like, I would be pulling it in. You know what I mean? Like, as a straight dude, I don't do great. But as a lesbian, I would be rocking it. So, like, I would be picky. I would be like, I'm the greatest butch there's ever been.
I don't. Sorry.
I'm gonna have like a harem of 9s and 10s.
I so
Yeah,
want
you'd be a prop on the rugby team, that's for sure.
Yeah, fucking A right.
I so want to
I'd be
support
swimming
you.
for Penn.
I so want to support you in that, but I feel like that's what all guys say. Okay.
Yeah. How
all
sad.
guys are like,
oh, if I was a lesbian, I'd eat that.
yeah, because you do eat pussy already. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, no guy is sitting there going, I have such bad self-esteem that if I was a lesbian,
If I was a lesbian, I'd be so comfortable going up and eating pussy. Yeah, 'cause you already do. You already do.
No,
Like,
I'm saying I'd be a better looking lesbian as a dude. That was my joke. It wasn't that it wasn't a pussy eating joke. But
Wait. You're.
I'd be a smoking hot lesbian.
But again, my point is that old guys say that because
No.
old guys
Here's the thing.
look at lesbians and are like, "You look like a dude."
I would be so hot as a lesbian, I wouldn't even go down on women. They go down on me. You know what I mean? I'd be like, you're here to please me. Fuck that. You're in my hair. I'm not the other way around.
Would you be good as gay men?
No.
No.
Well,
See, that's poor self-esteem right there.
I say maybe, and the only reason I say it is because my brother and I are very similar as far as personality.
Okay.
So I think if I had the equipment, I
Sure.
would be a gay man.
Nice.
So, but I can't say definitively. Like he's cattier and funnier than I am. So maybe I wouldn't.
Man, so much poor self-esteem on this side of the room. Like, it's making me sad.
Like I said, I already told myself that I have like a bullet point list for my therapist for this next week.
Maybe we have
so.
high self-esteem. We haven't spent our lives imagining being different.
Yeah. Thank you, Yoshiko. Maybe we're just fine with ourselves.
All right, that's true. It is
Yeah.
weird that I have a fake Tinder account that's me with the lady filter and with the crew cut that I pretend to pick up women on. Like, that's weird. You're right. I should see a therapist about that. That ain't.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Men are more likely to be like, oh man, if I could just change everything about me, I'd be so cool.
It's almost like in my opinion, it's like any sort of like pool of people, you know what I mean? Men are like, oh, if I placed myself in that pool of people, whatever it is,
right?
Men are like, I'd be the best. Men are like, if I could be a Uyghur, I'd be the best Uyghur ever.
Fucking
Like
dude.
a Uyghur.
I would chisel my
Weird
way.
to say.
I would chisel my
Dude,
way.
no, but it's like men are like, if I could be. What's something like that?
If I was
so
in World
obscure.
War II, I'd kill the
Men
most
are
Nazis.
men are like,
Dude, if I was a Uyghur,
Yeah.
I would chisel my way out like Andy Dufresne in Shawshank, and I would be king of the Uyghurs, dude. I would bring them all out that thing with Marilyn Monroe on the side. I would be like Uyghur Moses.
Yeah.
Let my
I'm trying to think of
Uyghurs
like
go.
it's like the Muslim oppressed.
Yeah, there's a million.
Chinese
There's a million of
people
them in
that they're
concentration
like-
camps right now in
Oh.
Western China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
there
that's what I'm
are
saying,
men
like-
Uyghurs, but that is something that like.
But
men
that's
in
what I'm saying.
America would
Like,
also
like
say
think
if I
like
were in.
any sort of like obscure.
If
like,
I had a Uyghur,
you know,
I would
obscure,
Uyghur in
like,
the
Mark
morning.
Identity
Wahlberg
or
thought he could have
culture.
stopped 9/11. Remember, right? Didn't
Yeah,
he?
that's
If I were there, yeah.
Go back to selling burgers, guy.
Yeah. Okay.
All I'm
okay.
saying, if I was a Uyghur, I'd make them like let us all go.
Okay. Let's do the lightning round.
All right.
I think we owe it to ourselves.
I think we did too. I think we answered that question and several other questions afterwards. Last question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you have any questions to write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. If you have a Uyghur that you smuggled out of China, you know what I mean? Send them here. We'll bring them on the show. We'll create sort of like a little whole method of transferring them over here.
In their
Also-
in their first act of freedom, they get to talk to Joel.
Goddamn right. Yeah, dude. Joel is going to be like Uyghur Harriet Tubman. It's going to be awesome. So, but for now, we're going to take our last question on the Love Gurus podcast. Is going to be a lightning round. So we're going to read the question and do a quick hot take on what we think the answer should be. Listen live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your questions. Give us your comments. Let's take our last one from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
My fiance wants more time after her best friend confessed his feelings. I'm 28 and my fiance is 27. We've been together for 3 years and she's known her best friend for 10. Obviously she's known him for longer, but he isn't her only best friend. She has a lot of other best friends. The day before yesterday, he came to our house, and I don't know what the deal was, but I thought it was a usual meeting or something. He left shortly thereafter. Right before we went to sleep, she told me that what he said, and I was pretty shocked. But even more surprised when in the morning my fiance told me that she needed more time to think about what happened. That she still loved me and she wanted to marry me, but she just needed more time. I am furious! How do I navigate the situation? So to give a quick recap, so it's a man and a woman, 28, 27. They are engaged. They've been together for 3 years. The best friend comes up and is like, says to the fiance, I've got feelings for you. And rather than proceed with the wedding, the fiance is like, I'm going to need a minute to process these feelings that my best friend just confessed to me. He's mad. So what would you do in this situation?
It's a tough one. I think if you're engaged and you're ready to be married, and no matter what anyone else says to you, you should be like, too bad, so sad. I'm getting hitched.
Too bad, so sad to the best friend.
Yeah. Too bad, so sad.
Too
best
late, so sate, Seth.
Yeah. Too late.
I
suck.
couldn't think of a good. Oh, too late, so bad, Nate. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Got
yes.
it.
Nate
Yeah.
needs to learn boundaries. I think. I don't know. It's, Nate's the best friend's coming across as sort of like nice guy in a rom-com who's like,
Yeah.
my best friend. Like that's not how real life works.
Yeah, no shit, dude. This is why nice guys finish last, is because deep down they're evil pieces of shit. All of them. That's right, dude.
That's not incorrect.
You remember how in the fucking 80s and 90s it was always the bad guys in the movies are the jocks and they're beating up on the nerds. And now it's the nerds are all on fucking 8chan and 4chan and 16chan and Jackie Chan and they're out there just fucking like trolling women actors into fucking like deleting their tweets and deleting their Twitter account, and they're trying to like I don't know, do like fucking crazy mass shootings and shit. Incels are lighting up malls every 2 days. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Nerds have gone crazy. And so that's this guy. He's not as bad as like the 8chan people and the school shooters, but he's
saying
like
the
a
person
5 on
writing
the
the
scale.
question?
As a nerd, fuck you, nerds.
No.
Fucking nerdy.
Yeah,
Wait,
fuck
you're-
you, nerds. Fuck you.
Are you saying the person who confessed his feelings or the person who wrote the question?
The best friend Nate.
The best friend.
Ah,
The best
okay.
friend.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I agree.
I don't like him. Like 8chan crazy guys and is like a 8 or a
Oh,
9.
sure.
A school shooter's like a 10. This guy's at least a 4. And I don't like him.
I think that this is what the universe needed. I think that,
Yeah.
and the reason why I say this is because, listen, let's say this guy never said anything, and then they got married, and then
I
after
like
the
that.
wedding, he comes around and is like, "Oh, by the way, Becky, I think you're so pretty." Blah, blah,
Yes.
blah." And she's all like, "Blah, blah, blah, blah." It's a thing.
Yes.
Whereas now, he can very poignantly say to Becky, "Choose me or go with your fucking Dungeons of Dragons boyfriend over here."
Uh-huh.
You know, it's now it's out in the open.
Yeah.
Nate likes her. She has to choose, and if she chooses him emphatically, then yeah, get married, of course. Like, that's what it's all about.
Right.
Like, you know, maybe Becky's just fucking smoking hot. Like, we have no idea. Like, you know, she has the best Dungeons and Dragons record of the 2020s. We don't know. Whatever her skill or appeal is, now it's out in the open. It's better that it's before the wedding, and then she can again choose him, but rather than after the wedding, where it's like, oh, you know. So again, if she chooses him again, then great. But give her a very distinct time frame. Like, we are talking 24 hours to say, okay, you've done your thing.
Fuck that. 23 minutes. I give her 23
No,
minutes.
but give her a time frame and say either him or me, 24 hours, or this wedding's off. And then if she comes back to you, and then say, never again with Nate. Nate doesn't get to come to the wedding. He doesn't get to eat cake. He doesn't get to play with us online anymore.
Yeah. I
And
don't
we
want
draw
him
the
banging
line.
up on that thing like Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate.
Yeah.
Just, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm going to have a guard up there. He's going to be
With a
dressed nice,
sniper
but
rifle.
he's going to have tasers. He's going to have all that shit.
Yeah.
He's going to fuck Nate up. He's going to make his arm look like that guy that tried to jump Dave Chappelle on stage. If he tries banging on the fucking glass of the wedding, he's going to end up like the guy that jumped Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Yeah. What else? What other final advice do you guys have for this person?
All right, so my final advice is I kind of like your take on this where it's like, yeah, Nate sucks. This is totally like the desperate. He's been in the friend zone the whole time, and now he's like, dude, there's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I'm making a Hail Mary pass out of the friend zone, and hopefully the ball gets caught and a fucking touchdown happens.
He shot his shot, which,
Yeah.
to be fair, give Nate his credit.
It's the
Okay,
first
but
manly
it's
thing he's
not
ever
you.
done in his life.
It's not you.
Yeah, I hate Nate, and he's not the one asking the question anyway.
Move to
I think-
Utah, marry them both. That's my final.
Start some kind of progressive pansexual harem
Brother
in
husband,
Utah.
right?
Yeah.
not sister, brother husband.
Brother husband. But no, I think I do like the thought that he is sort of showing you something that's wrong with your fucking relationship. Honestly, if this guy, if I was this guy and I was about to marry somebody and she was like, I don't know if I want to get married if I want to fuck this other guy, I'd be like, well, I know that I don't want to get married now. Bye-bye. Glad we did this before I had to get a lawyer involved and give you half my shit to take to Nate's house.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I think this is good for him because it's sort of like you remember that part in A Bronx Tale where Chaz Palminteri's talking to the kid, the main character, who's chasing that other kid to beat him up, and he's like, that kid owes me $20, and he's like, why do you keep chasing him? Because I got to beat the shit out of him. He owes me money, and he's like, well, for $20, he's out of your life forever. You know, he gets to walk away quick from some chick who, look, if she's having this much fucking trouble going, do I fuck him or the Dungeons and Dragons nerd? Dump her. If she's thinking this hard about fucking Nate, she's gonna fuck some other guy 2 years into the relationship and then take half of your shit.
Yeah.
So, dude, you should break up with her, beat the shit out of Nate now, but then 5 years down the road, buy Nate a drink and be like, you saved me half my shit, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What else? Nothing?
Yeah, I just don't think Nate's not very respectful of her even, right? To be
Yeah.
like,
That's fucked
oh,
up.
I'm your best friend, but I'm gonna like not respect the choice that you've made.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean,
She's
there's
not very smart if she like is even considering that.
you know,
It's bullshit.
there's certainly, I agree with you. Like, there's certainly like the Stephen Curtis aspect of this, of like, oh, he just like comes and professes his love, and he's,
Yeah.
you know, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I agree with you. It's like he had 7 years to do this before that, and
It's a lot of
like,
goddamn
There were
years.
other opportunities.
there were
Yeah.
other
Yeah, yeah.
opportunities.
It could have came up before her parents put a deposit down for the venture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Think of the
fucking
old.
crazy.
Think of the old man. You
Think
know?
of the old man.
dipping
Yeah.
into his retirement to pay for a big old party.
But yeah, I agree with you, because it's almost like this. Again, just responsibility. Like, you had the chance to do it, and again, like, you think it's like so romantic to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna confess my feelings. It's the last thing I'm gonna say before she gets married, and like, actually, no. At some point, you're just being a dick.
Yeah.
At some point, you're
Yeah.
just stealing her happiness a little bit.
You just ruin it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're stealing away your friendship from her at time when she's about to get married, and also just making her feel like shit and causing a problem in her relationship for a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
the more I think
Yeah.
about this guy's a
This guy
dick.
sucks. But you know what he
hate
should
this
do?
guy.
He spent 7 years in the
Oh,
friend zone.
sorry, the guy that confessed, not the person that wrote the question.
No, yeah, the guy that
The
confesses is a
fiancé,
piece of shit.
yeah.
He sucks.
I think we all kind of hate him.
Yeah. But you know what? You know what he kind of is? He's sort of like a male version of the lady from the first question who's going, yeah, we're still friends with benefits, even though they're living together for 3 years, and she's paying this guy's fucking bills and just letting him run around and do whatever the
Yes.
fuck.
Yes.
I think you need to hook Nate up with lady from the first question. Now, again, tell him not to let her do cowgirl. He might break a hip or something. You know what I mean?
Still
It's a
not
lot.
okay. Still not okay.
It's because this guy's skinny. This guy's
14
skinny. He's gonna get crushed down there.
14 minutes later.
Now I'm
Still
worried
not
for his
okay.
health. I'm worried for this skinny little nerd's health. I don't want him to be killed by this
She
giant
doesn't do
plain
cowgirl
walrus.
because she's overweight. She doesn't do cowgirl because she's plain.
And
She's very regular. She's very boring.
Yes.
She has to do reverse cowgirl because she's so horrible to look at from the front. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, awesome. Well, I think we answered that question. I think we answered all the questions. Roll God.
Yes. Nate fucking sucks. We hate you, Nate.
We hate you, Nate.
But we love Joel. I love you, Joel.
we love Joel. We love everybody
all
in
of
the
our
comments.
listeners and
Yes.
commenters. Thank you so
Thank you to
much.
Joanne. Thank you to Joel on YouTube. Thank you to everybody out there listening. Like and subscribe to the podcast. Thursday again at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, taking all your ridiculous dating questions and from the wild animals on Reddit. If you guys got any questions to write them to loveguruspodcast at yahoo.com, or even better, listen live at 8:30. Give us your questions. Give us your comments in the comments section. We'll read them on the show. Thank you to our two awesome guests.
Thank you guys.
Thank you to Jon
Was
Schuta.
fun.
Thank you to Yoshiko Watson. Thank you to everybody listening out there. Until next week, later.